Hello? Wait a minute.
Is it better now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, everybody. Hello.
Hello?
Hello, Mom. Lovely necklace. Nigel,
thank you.
let's show it off, Nigel. All right, now that's
No. We're in the final countdown.
This is it. This is your last PAMdemic.
I know, and Auntie Pam has got the last one next week, I think.
I know. What will we do?
I don't know.
I think we'll just have to do them like we were doing them before, just for our own pleasure and not record them.
Lost in space.
Yeah, I suppose so. Well, thank you both for coming here. Mom, very quickly, are there any Hedgehog updates?
No, I haven't fed him this week because first of all, the weather's been really grotty. We've had so much rain. And I think I told you that the neighbor, had I seen the neighbor at that point?
Well, I don't think you shared it with others.
Did I? I can't remember. Anyway, she's been feeding him too, and she's been feeding him tins of tuna and tins of cat food. So my garlic bread
just
looks
does
very
not
rural.
seem like it's in the hedgehog sphere of diet as tuna. Feels like the hedgehog does not naturally find tuna.
No, I mean, I thought it's a bit fishy, that, isn't it?
It's a bit fishy, Nigel.
I thought they liked dog food. I thought they liked canned dog food.
No, that's Mum, and she likes Doug biscuits, but just the pink one.
Oh, I see. Well, I thought hedgehogs, you fed them in canned dog food. But
well, yeah, but so now you're done feeding the hedgehog?
No, I've actually got some bread on the ready, but it's absolutely poured again this afternoon, hasn't it, Nigel?
Yeah, but I saw a forecast. It says rain to stop soon, it says.
Good. And it rained all morning, didn't it?
Yeah, well, we did get a wee bit dry, didn't we? Was it way earlier on?
Yes, we had a nice visit to the cafe.
If you could trade England's climate with California's climate, would you do it?
No.
Pam?
No, probably not. I'd like a compromise, a middle of the road.
I'm saying a straight up swap. Nigel, do you like the rain, Nigel?
It's not so much you like the rain, but you've got drought there. You've got temperatures going way too high, and I think you're running out of water there.
Oh, who needs water?
You all need bloody water to exist.
Oh, that's interesting. I hadn't read that. Article. Well, I thought what we could do today, since Nigel's been such a great guest, and Nigel, you've been a great guest.
No. I'm the lunatic uncle you put in one of your notes.
Yes, well, it's only fair that the one thing I make that you like, you're in. But I thought we could do some Scottish true or false trivia.
Oh, God.
Yes. So Pam, you can participate, but Nigel, you're very smart. You downplay yourself all the time. Oh, I'm bloody stupid. No, I know less than a bloody mushroom. Things like that. But you're at the Family Trivial Pursuit games. You were always the one who got some people to storm out of the room in anger at your.
Was it Angie?
Well, I was going to keep the names off of it, but okay. So I thought we'd just do a little true false trivia, Nigel, and see what you know. And Mom, you're more than welcome to join in on these as well. So are we ready to start some Scotch trivia?
Ready.
Yes, but if I get this wrong, I won't be able to go on my holidays. We're going to Scotland tomorrow.
You're not allowed.
I won't be able to enter the country if I got this wrong.
Well, the good news is you'll be in the country when this comes out, but you might be thrown out of the country after. Yes. Do you think they should call it a Scotch exit if they leave and spell it EGGZIT? Some people are saying that would be cute. Any thoughts on that, Nigel?
Well, yes, if you like eggs.
Yep, love eggs. Great. Mom likes dog biscuits. Okay, so hypnosis traces its roots back to a Scot in the 1840s. True or false?
I would have said it was much earlier than that, probably in Greece.
Okay, so that's a false from Nigel. Pam, wearing a lovely necklace that looks like a bit of glitter rope.
Glitter rope, yes, glitter rope. I would say that was true.
True. So we have one true, one false. it's actually true. And what's funny is I was trying to put it in as a fake one. And so I just said hypnosis was invented in Scotland. And then I looked it up and it was kind of traced back to a Scot. So I had to make it a true one. Okay. Scotland has the highest proportion of redheads in the world. Most redheads come from Scotland, is what say, pound for pound, or sorry, stone for stone. Most red. Mom, why don't we start with you on this one, Mom? You seem inquisitive. As a mother of a fairly redheaded child, you would...
Yes, I would say true, because I thought it was Ireland, but I would say it's true.
Any part of you think that it might be Ireland and I might have just pulled the old switcheroo to trick you? Is that
yes, okay. Absolutely.
But you're sticking with true.
I'll stick with true.
All right, Nigel, we go to you. Down one. So far, down one from someone who's barely even been to your home nation.
I still would dispute that answer that you had for the last time, because I think hypnosis was way before that. But anyway, having said that,
Nigel,
I think the Reds, you got Eric the Red in Scandinavia. I would think it's in the Scandinavian country myself.
Well, that's, what did you say, Mum? True or false?
I said true.
True. And Mum, you're 2 for 2. Nigel, you're 0 for 2. Scotland has the most proportion of redheads in the world. Okay, Nigel, Scots are most likely to have blue eyes than other people in the UK. So the Scots have more blue eyes than other countries in the UK. Nigel, true, false?
No.
False. So a false, Pam?
I would say false.
False. You're both wrong. It's true. Nigel, you can't go to Scotland as far as my quiz goes so far.
I think this is all a lot of rubbish. I don't know who's compiled these answers.
This was a list I found online, and there's no more credible source than a website. Swimming pools, as we now see them, originated from Scotland. Nigel, why don't we start with you again? We're looking for the comeback. True or false? Swimming pools.
No.
False. Pam?
False.
False. Both right. False. False. That's an invented one. And that one, Greece, Nigel, that you do trace back to Greece. The Grecians loved their pools. They also loved their vomitoriums and their sex. They were quite a wild bunch. Nigel, any thoughts on the people of Greece back then?
I think it'd be hard to mix that in the same pool, wouldn't it?
That's very true. That's very true. Yeah, I want to know the culture that invented the filter. Those are the people to keep your eyes on. Okay. Mel Gibson is 100% Scottish. Mom, true or false?
True.
True. Nigel, true or false?
False.
False. Correct, Nigel. I thought that was a pretty softball one, Mom, but you thought this is so tricky that he might be Scottish.
I did think it was so tricky that it was.
But he did do, Nigel, you have to admit, he had a good Scottish accent in Braveheart.
Well, I think you'd find about 99 out of 100 people would dispute that.
In Scotland, I feel like I'm very judgmental of actors and their accents. I feel like that was one of the rare, close to perfect ones.
No.
Okay, Pam, thoughts on the Mel Gibson, who you just learned was not 100% Scottish?
I thought it was brilliant because I thought he was Scottish.
That's right. That's actually, that's another point for Pam. I stopped keeping score. Good for you, Nigel, because...
Why did she get a point?
She gets a point because I love her attitude. I think she's got a great attitude, and I want to celebrate
Oh,
her.
God.
Coffee, watch it. Nigel will storm out. It's like
yes, we'll find a taste.
I'm not Angie.
A taste of his own medicine. What a trivial pursuit it would be. Okay. The Scottish crossbill is the national bird of Scotland. Mother, if you're cold, feel free to put a jumper on.
No, I'm actually looking for a tissue. I've got a runny nose.
Sure. So the first place you go is your sweater for a tissue?
Yes.
So, Mom, just to peel back the curtain a little bit, you're one of those people who likes to jam multiple used tissues up your sleeve. It's what you're a bit of a COVID train wreck. You jam used tissues in the sleeves of your jackets. And if someone were to say, borrow a coat from you to go on a walk in England at some point, they'd put their arm through the coat and they'd have to fight through 5 used tissues, or they'd put their hand in the jacket pocket just you know, maybe to put their keys in there or something, only to find 2 to 3 used tissues. Now, is that true or false?
No, I think it's really because it's recycling. It's not wasting anything.
Yeah, well, it's sharing.
I'm very keen.
Nigel, is that a bad practice? What do you think?
Well, in the time of COVID, it's sharing the possible COVID, you know, gene, is that there, or whatever you want to call it?
The germs, Mom, the germs. You're just, you're walking, you're nodding like you're agreeing with us, but we're chastising you for your behavior and you're not picking up on it. Okay, the Scottish crossbill, the national bird of Scotland. Mom, why don't we start with you since you have no idea?
I would say false.
False. You believe that this is a fake. Do you believe the bird to be real?
No.
You believe the whole thing is just a complete fabrication from a man?
I'll wait for Nigel. He'll know the answer.
You've already answered. You don't know. You're not waiting for Nigel on anything. Nigel, Scottish crossbill, national bird of your home nation.
There will be the crossbill is a bird,
okay,
and there might be a Scottish variety of it, but I don't believe it's the national bird of Scotland.
Well. We're going to actually have to give Nigel a bonus point for admitting the bird is real. There is a Scottish variety, and it is not the national bird of Scotland. That would be the golden eagle.
Correct.
Nobody seems to give a shit. Okay.
Yeah, the golden eagle. Yes, it's magnificent. Yes.
A beautiful bird. Mom, and do you have any apologies for accusing a person like me of inventing a bird?
Is that the largest bird in Scotland?
Are you saying no, Mom?
No.
It's not the largest bird. You don't have any idea.
No, I'm not saying that. I don't have any apology to the person who wrote the question.
Which was me, first of all. You know what, Pam? We're taking away the point we gave you earlier. Your attitude has completely changed. You've become really, some people think you've become toxic on this.
I'm asking, went back to you, Gareth, is that the largest bird they get in Scotland?
Unfortunately, Nigel, I'm merely a game show host. The cards.
Oh, I see. So you're a game show host.
I'm not measuring goddamn birds.
I believe at the moment we have something bigger, which is a sea eagle that are now breeding in Scotland.
Sure. The sea eagle's the biggest bird. Let's just stick to the game. And Pam, you turn that attitude. It's become really bad. Okay.
I'm leaving.
You know what?
I'm leaving on a jet plane.
Good night, Pame. Good night, Pame. Okay, here we go. We're back. Cannibalism is not illegal in Scotland. Cannibalism, not illegal in Scotland. Nigel?
Well,
have you tasted the flesh of man?
I think that, to be quite honest, there must be that, because there was the guy down the South Ayrshire coast down towards who, I'm trying to think of his name, who was eventually caught for eating people, killing and eating people.
In that order. So, that's the right order.
Whether he was hung for the murders or hung for the cannibalism, but I would say it might not be a specific act against it, but certainly it's been known there, and people have had to, there has been retribution against people eating people.
So it's a frowned upon practice. So you would go with true. Cannibalism is not technically illegal in Scotland.
I'm not quite sure, but I would think it might possibly be the case. But I know that somebody, I'm trying to think his name, was a famous guy that was killing people that was passing by and then eating them.
His name was Yummy Buggers. Mom?
I would say...
Can you eat people in Scotland?
No.
So you think that what I've said is false?
I think it's false.
Okay. So, Nigel, again, you're saving face because it is true. Cannibalism is not technically illegal in Scotland.
Really?
Yeah. Apparently you can just kind of eat a fella if you want. I don't know, I guess.
If you get a bit peckish.
Oh, you could possibly dig them up and bloody eat them after they're dead.
Well, I don't know how bloody it would be. It depends on when they were
the blood had all gone. They had exsanguinated.
A bit of a jerky.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Tough titty.
That's right, Nigel.
What about Jeffrey Dahmer? He ate loads of people, didn't he?
Well, yeah, but it was not, his stuff is crazy. Nigel, let me walk you back to a little story about Jeffrey Dahmer, a hometown hero where I come from. Yeah. As an 11-year-old boy, I went into a comic book shop never really knew what to do when my friends wanted to go to comic book stores because I wasn't really into comics. I'd buy like a Lobo every now and then. But up front, they had a comic book. It was a graphic novel, basically, of Jeffrey Dahmer. And I bought it with no age restriction. And it was a graphic retelling with pictures of Jeffrey Dahmer did. And it's pretty crazy. I mean, he, like, besides eating people, his plan was to have a row of human skull. Where are you going, Pam? Excuse me, Pam.
I just blew my nose.
You didn't even blow your nose. You did one of those weird, just wipies. And where are you putting the tissue now? Back in your jacket?
I've just put it to one side, but I can't throw it away while I'm being recorded.
Will you throw it away after?
Oh yes.
Oh yes, she says.
Yes.
Anyway,
yes,
I was able to see some graphic stuff as an 11-year-old. Nigel, it's not time to look at the weather. We're
looking at the birds to see if the birds are feeding.
Look, there's no golden eagles out there. Relax. Okay, now.
Only sparrows. Only sparrows.
The tallest waterfall in the UK is in Scotland. The tallest waterfall in the UK is in Scotland. Very easy one for me to fudge. Also a very easy one to just be true. Just could be a straight down the middle. Mom, you're looking off into space. It seems like
I'm trying to
your mind palace.
I'm trying to think of tall ones in England or Wales or Northern Ireland.
Sure. And are any coming to mind?
Well, I'm going to say it's true because there's lots of very, very high mountains in Scotland.
Interesting. I'd say that's a good tactic to come to your.
It's well thought out, isn't it?
It's nice to see, first of all, the old Pam coming back and no longer this lunatic who just goes rogue and wipes snot all over the walls and sweaters. It's nice to see you back, Pam. Nigel.
I just wonder, there's a falls called the Falls of Cruachan, and I just wonder if that's the tallest. But
did you clear your throat or say a place?
Cruachan.
Sure.
That might be it. So I think there are also quite a high one in Wales, but I would say I would tend to go with Pam as well and say that probably the highest is in Scotland.
The tallest waterfall in the UK is the Goodb-igel, and that's in Scotland. And it's 600, it's 3 times the size of Niagara Falls. So it's very big.
Gosh.
A very big waterfall they have in Scotland. So you're both right. And again, Pam, loving the new you. Just loving the new you.
It's really nice. I feel much better this way.
Yeah.
Once you clear your nostrils, you feel a lot better.
Yeah.
But I think the other thing, I'm not worried about my nose anymore.
Yeah, no, it's not what you want to be thinking about during
No, the nose stress is gone.
It's not the right way to be. I agree. Okay, here we go. Scotland is home to the world's tallest hedge. So imagine that, Nigel, hedge. Now imagine, Nigel, a nation of a waterfall of that size and a big hedge.
Well, there could be a hedge going up the side of the water.
Yeah, that's very true. Very well. That's what grows. That's what grows from all the water.
There's certainly a lot of hedges in Scotland. I never thought there'd be any merit or a cup for the highest hedge in the world.
Well, it's a magical place. Go on, Nigel.
Yeah, we'll go with yes on that one.
Okay, very easy again for me to just make it up, Mom. World's tallest, the tallest hedge in the world.
I say no, not
false.
True.
False. Nigel, again, the comeback kid, right again. Okay, Scotland does have the world's tallest hedge, but to me, I'm like, isn't that a trimming thing? I just feel like it feels like a dumb one to me. I don't know who wrote these. There's an intern here who works for me on this, and I will have a word with him after this. Okay, so off of that, right, it's got the world's tallest hedge. It's got the biggest waterfall in the UK. It also is home to one of the oldest trees in Europe called the Fortingall Yew. The Fortingall Yew.
It's a yew.
Yew.
You,
mate.
You, Jimmy.
You, Jimmy. Mom, thoughts? It's not an exciting question, so let's just answer.
I think that could be true.
Okay, Nigel?
It possibly is true.
What does that mean? That's very...
True. We'll go true in this one.
Again, true. Another true. So a lot of tall shit in Scotland. Speaking of which, on record, the world's tallest man came from Scotland, a man named Monty McClellan. So that would be biggest waterfall, largest hedge, oldest tree, tallest man. It's a lot.
It is a lot.
Nigel, let's start with you.
I say that's false.
False. You do not. Now, do you believe a tall man named Monty McClellan exists?
There might have been, I don't know, but I think I've heard that the tallest guy was somewhere in Asia, I think. Maybe China. I'm not sure.
Pam?
I think it's false because I agree with Nigel. I think there is another tallest man about, or was.
The man in the Guinness Book as the tallest man was a man from America, but then I was reading that recently the tallest man in the world was from Turkey. So another false. Good one. Mother.
Yes.
Are you ready? Great attitude. Still loving it? The new year is just...
I'm really into my new attitude.
It's been a revelation for most of us. Nigel will tell you, you became a monster for a while and we were all so shocked and worried. And then you kind of turned over a new leaf. Did you stop drinking or anything? It just seems like you've been so much better since the beginning of the episode.
I felt I was getting rather out of hand myself. So I put myself back in hand. Good blow on my nose with the dirty tissue. And
just one filthy snot rag away from just a whole attitude adjustment.
Onwards and upwards.
Yeah, that's right. There we go. Well done. Well done. Okay. Nestle made a special Nessie chocolate commemorating the Loch Ness creature. Nestle made a special Nessie chocolate commemorating the Loch Ness creature.
I would say that's true.
True. Interesting. Nigel, thoughts now that the snot lady
they are one of the world's biggest confectionery companies, so I would say there's a possibility. And, everybody wants the publicity out. If it wasn't them, it would be another one. So I would tend to say they're one of the biggest, I think, possibly. It's based on their name as well. Maybe
I'm going to need to hear a true or false, Nigel. It's a lot of legal. Good. Okay, there we go. Unfortunately, you've both been had by one of the best.
Was it Cadbury's?
It was nobody. I made it up completely.
Oh, you're a stinking little chappy.
Oh, my word.
Aren't I creative?
Like Nigel, all these big companies would be.
Mother, when you hear that I'm able to kind of come up with a fake question like that, are you going, wow, I raised a winner?
Yes, I am.
Right. And Nigel, are you a proud uncle thinking, back in the day when I was ripping rose thorns out of this kid's side, calling him an idiot, it formed the character that...
This guy is going to be a big one. A big thorn in the flesh.
Nigel, does any part of you think it's crazy that at one point you were ripping thorns out of a child, calling him a stupid boy?
Well, yeah, I think you had to tell the child not to walk through bloody roses again.
But don't you think you could split the events? Don't you think you could split the thorn removal and then the conversation into two separate moments?
Yeah, but we had conversations as well. We have to bloody talk about other conversations. Wow, my God, say yes. But I thought I was trying to be an educator in those days. I realize I'm just an idiot.
I'll never forget it. Okay. Okay. There is, aside from Nessie, who we just heard of when my fake question, there is also Morag, another creature, the monster of the Loch Morar. True or false? So basically we're saying there's a second kind of Nessie. True or false? Or just great gamesmanship?
They're mythological. They're both myths. I believe there is another myth. I'm not quite sure, but I think there was another myth. Yeah.
So that's a true from you, Nigel?
Absolutely.
Okay. Pam?
I would say false.
False. Nigel, hanging in there again with the right answer. Yes, apparently there's Morag, the monster of the Loch Morar. So you believe it all to be total bullshit, Nigel?
Of course they are, yes.
Pam, the Loch Ness Monster, real?
Rubbish.
Rubbish. But again, there are some people who think that you're unable to discern rubbish from non-rubbish because you keep old tissue snot rags in your clothing.
Well, yeah, but we don't. Everything's not just measured in snot rags, is it?
Well,
I mean, your mum's a great discerner of a good cup of coffee.
That's true, but she also, when making it, she's making it with snotty fists. Okay.
No, not making it. She's appreciating it when we go in somewhere, especially when it's extra hot.
Well, that's true. Well,
and I'm a very good hand washer.
I've seen my mother's hot chocolates, and it is basically like a banana split. Okay, the first, not necessarily the first police department, but the roots of the police department started in Scotland. So the first beginnings of an actual police department came from Scotland. True or false? Pam, let's start with you. You've had a great attitude lately. We want to reward that.
Yes, thank you. I'm just thinking with my great attitude.
Yes, use that great attitude to your advantage, girl. Go.
Yes, I think true.
True. Okay, Nigel, do you?
Well, I think it's generally attributed, and you might have found some other research, but it's generally attributed to the Bow Street runners, which were in London. So I would say that that's false.
Well, Nigel, again, like a piggy hunting for truffles, you've sniffed out some bullshit. The first fire brigade is traced back to Scotland, not police department. Fire brigade. So fire departments, probably because they had all that goddamn water from that enormous waterfall. They didn't know what to do with it. The shortest commercial flight in the world is in Scotland. The shortest commercial flight, so the shortest flight you can take in the world is a flight you take in Scotland.
There was something about that recently on the television, the shortest flight. But I'm trying to think now whether it was Scotland.
Trying to think. Not a great spot to be in a trivia contest.
No, it isn't. No.
You're doing this, which for you means you're really, wheels are turning. You've got a dead limp hand on your cheek, which for me always says, Mum's wheels are spinning.
But unfortunately, they don't spin much now.
Nigel, while Mother has her hand glued to her face, do you want to jump in with a thought here? True or false? Shortest commercial flight?
Well, yeah, it could well be that. I mean,
you want to put your hand on your face? Does that help you?
No. I think Pam's it's an automatic thing of going. She's having to hand. It was like starting an old starter motor with a car. She's starting it like this.
Okay.
Manually. So I think it's possibly true.
True, possibly true. True, Pam?
I think I am going to say true. That there was something about it on the television not the other day, but a little while ago. I think it's true.
You used the other day, it could be 1987. I've seen
it could very well be. It could very well be.
It's true. And what I found was that it is of actual flying, it's 47 seconds. So of actual peak flying. So I don't know how that makes any sense, but there we are.
Where does it fly to? Is it like the Shetlands or somewhere?
It flies from a BP to another BP. It's 47 seconds. Okay, the raincoat. We're known for, you've got the waterfall. You've got a lot of rain. It's the UK. The raincoat invented in Scotland.
I think that's true because isn't it the Macintosh, Nigel?
I would have tended to go and say yes as well.
Not only is it true, Mother, it was invented by a guy named Macintosh.
Absolutely. The Macintosh is what we always called.
No computer for this guy, just an anorak. Okay. It is illegal in Scotland to be drunk with a cow. Illegal in Scotland to be drunk with a cow. Keeping in mind, you can legally eat people in Scotland. Can you be drunk with a cow legally? Mom, I could see your wheels turning.
I think it's probably true.
You think it's probably illegal to be drunk with a cow. Okay, Nigel, thoughts on being drunk with a cow?
Well, yeah, I would think drunk in charge of a cow is probably an offense.
And that is the way they basically put it. You're not allowed to be drunk in charge of a cow. Which, what? That makes no sense.
Well, yeah, because you would take the cow to bloody market, you're walking through the streets and you have no control over that.
So how about this? You can't sell a cow drunk. There's your rule. You can't walk a cow drunk. But to be like in your house with cows being like, bloody hell, I wish I could have a bloody drink, but I can't have a cocktail because we've got fucking cattle. It's just crazy.
Well, yeah, cattle used to live in an outhouse of your house, didn't they? They lived with the people over the winter period.
See, that's what I want. A lot of people don't know how affectionate and sweet cows are. When you actually are able to see cows grazing in field, they are like dogs. They're dogs. And, but obviously people would rather eat them. Anyway, but it is illegal to be drunk with a cow, which I thought was crazy. Scotland is made up of approximately 800 islands. Mom, do you have your radio on?
No,
I think
it's fine, Nigel. It's fine. It's no problem. I thought it was.
I thought I could hear something. Yes.
Well, now it's just us.
Yes. Wait a minute. So, what was the question? I've forgotten.
I've forgotten too. It's illegal to have tissues in your jacket. No, Scotland is made up of approximately 800 islands.
Seems an awful lot.
A lot of islands, doesn't it? Too many.
I'll say that's false.
False. Nigel.
I say that's probably near the truth.
Near the truth and a false.
Yes.
It is closer to the truth than the fake. It is true. Nigel.
Gosh.
I think it's safe to say you can legally go to Scotland. And remember, though, but if you get a cow, you can't get drunk with it.
But he can eat his neighbor.
Yes, and if you find a person who is in charge of a cow drunk, you can take laws into your own hands and just eat them.
Yeah, but you only have to eat a pound of flesh. If you killed them, you'd be in trouble. So you just maybe chop off a bit of flesh.
I think the loophole is to just merely start eating them with no aggressive just start eating the person. That seems
they might start with their hands or their toes.
I'd go neck. I'd go right into the neck and just start chomping. And then when they go, "You killed him," I go, "I didn't mean to kill him. I was just trying to legally eat a guy."
Yeah, I don't think that would stand up as a good defense.
Yeah.
What do you think would go with it? Because like lamb and mint sauce, beef and horseradish and Yorkshire pudding, chicken and stuffing. What would you put with a human?
I personally, anything where I would just put a little barbecue sauce on the side and I'd just dip it in.
I think I might just have some malt vinegar.
Oh, that's pretty good. Salt for sure. I'd put a lot of salt.
Salt and vinegar and
a lot
ketchup.
Of salt. Before we go, I just want to tell you guys one story about this hotel room that I'm staying in. It's a hotel I've stayed in a number of times before. I'm in Austin, Texas. And the last time I stayed here, or maybe 2 times ago, up on a shelf, I saw a little something and I thought, oh, what's up there? And I just foolishly put my hand up there and grabbed it. And it was a used douche.
Oh.
That's horrible. Did you
Did you stick it up your sleeve?
Absolutely. Yeah, just next time I was on a walk, I'll just have a douche.
Did you wipe your part with it?
Yes, Mom, exactly. Look at you, devilish Pam. Well, that's the end of the Nigel PAMdemics. Nigel, you've been such a breath of fresh Scottish air. You've been fantastic. You're a hero. You're a legend. Is there anything you want to say or thoughts that you'd like to bestow upon the people watching?
Well, I would just hope that all the effort you've put in, not only to PAMdemics, but generally on YouTube, will bear fruit and you'll come forward and be a big international star.
Well, Nigel, very selfless of you to make your adieu speech about me. Much appreciated. A greater character we can't find as far as heart and as far as comedy. So we thank you greatly, Nigel. Mom, anything you'd like to promote? I understand. Are you writing a column now? Did I read that anywhere? Are you writing a column for Hello? Or is that just...
No, that's just a rumor. I've heard that rumor.
Rumor mill. More rumor mills.
It is not true.
No. And is it true soon you'll be getting a new piece of rag to wipe your nose with?
No, but I'm having a new back.
Oh, I don't know if we were going to tell people that, but yes, you're off to have a new back. So that'll be great.
it's all going to be made new by a bag of cement.
That's right. Yeah. Yes, Mother's having. Well, Mom. That's what happens when you carry these episodes as much as you have. It breaks the back. Lovely as always, you two.
Okay.
Pleasure. Thank you kindly. All my love.
Thank you, Gareth, and all the best for the future. Bye.